everyone, so today is going to be an update on the piggies. As you can probably see, all the piggies are mixed in together, and that is because a couple of weeks ago unfortunately we lost Olly, which obviously we're really sad about. Olly was one of my first guinea pigs, and he was a proper character and he always managed to make me smile. So he was very weird guinea pig. He was a bit broken when we got him. He was very tiny and he had a respiratory infection and wasn't doing very well, and then sort of ever since he was a little bit wonky. So he did amazing because he made it to 6. Unfortunately he did start to get a bit arthritic in his back legs, which we were treating. He was having pain relief, he was having glucosamine, and he was having some joint support tabs from Oxbow. So he wasn't in any pain, but he was just starting to show his age, in all honesty. He wasn't getting around as easily and he was just getting old. So he was doing really well, and then one morning, sorry girls, one morning he just didn't come out for food, which wasn't like him at all. What are they doing under there? Which wasn't like him at all. Normally he would be one of the first out for veggies, so he just wasn't quite right. And then basically, yeah, he just passed away. He was very old. We did all that we could. We were syringe feeding him food and water and critical care, and he just gave up and he passed away that night. So I'm pleased in some ways because I was very aware that he was getting older and he was starting to get uncomfortable, and so in some ways I'm glad that we didn't that he wasn't hanging on too long, because sometimes you end up looking after guinea pigs in a critical condition for quite a long time, and it just seems to be prolonging sort of when it's their time to go. So in some ways I'm pleased that he went when he did and the way that he did, because he passed away peacefully, and he wasn't sort of in pain and uncomfortable for too long. He wasn't in pain anyway because we were giving him Metacam obviously to help with the pain. So I know he wasn't in pain, but he was getting quite awkward and uncomfortable. So in some ways, yeah, he couldn't have really gone in a much better way really, but obviously we're missing a huge little member of the family, and yeah, we miss him so much. So what I did, partly to keep myself busy and partly to stop the girls from getting quite upset, because they had a really good relationship. The girls would boss him about and he would just take it. So sorry if you can hear the strimmer in the background. There we go. So they had a really good relationship, and I didn't want them getting too upset, because losing a cage mate can be really hard for guinea pigs, and they can sometimes not cope with it very well and become depressed and anorexic and all that sort of thing. I didn't want any of that to happen. So probably the next day or the day after that, it was quite quick after, I decided to introduce all of these guys together, obviously in a neutral environment. I do have videos on how to introduce guinea pigs. I've made quite a few, so I didn't film it, partly because it was sort of tinged with quite a lot of sadness, and also because I've made quite a few videos on it. I might have taken a couple of clips actually, which if I did I will insert here. But it was actually the easiest introduction I think I've ever done. So yeah, so now we've got Olly, Lilly, Poppy, Treacle, Jafar, all living together. So I was sort of expecting the girls to have some sorts of issues with each other, but they pretty much, I think they've all been introduced to guinea pigs so many times now that they just deal with it. but it was actually a really easy introduction, which was really good. So I left them in the introduction pen for a day, and then I sorted their cage out and then put them in here, and then monitored obviously how they were doing in here, because sometimes it can start up all of those dominance behaviours again. So for the first week or so in this cage, they didn't have this one or the bed, because obviously it belonged to one of the sets beforehand, and I thought it'd be really difficult to get rid of their scents on here. So they just have these plastic tunnels, these plastic houses, even this plastic tunnel, and I made sure that they had food bowls and water bottles each side, and that is so if one is being bullied and not being allowed to eat or drink, then they can literally go to the opposite side of the cage. So it's just to ensure that they can all access sort of hay and water when they need to, although they do only really use this side, so I might eventually put it all in this side so I can just contain their kitchen area in here. But obviously soon they will be going out into the shed once we've finished it, so this is only really sort of a temporary house for them anyway. Hi Lily. Lily's fringe has been chopped off again by Poppy. It was probably the stress of sort of introducing them. Sometimes Poppy goes out Lily's hair and then she ends up with that silly fringe. She is due a butt bath and a haircut as well, as is Poppy. Sort of both the wiggy girls need a bit of a trim anyway, although Poppy's trying to do it for me, isn't she? It's very helpful of her. Okay, so I'll just do a quick cage tour and show you all the pigs. So Jafar is over here. Excuse all of this, I've been cleaning them out and moving the room around. So Jafar's over here with this hay rack. Jafar, hey. Jafar, hello. Hi, show us your face, hello. Good boy. Oh. Yes, hello Benji. Right, sit down. No being a brat. Good boy. So in this corner here they have two bottles. They've got a Living World one and a KT one, but they're pretty much the same. They've got their Fitch bedding like normal. Hello Lily. And they've got their hay manger there with some of our hay and a Pets at Home pig loo. They've got this chew. This is the one that Treacle actually came with, and they really enjoy it. It's sort of wooden blocks and a string. It did have a ball in the middle, but it's slowly got destroyed, but they do really enjoy that one. They've got these beautiful bird fleeces today, which are from the range. I think they were £3 or £4 each, and this is so annoying. So they've got this double bowl here. I think that's a rosewood one. It's a pink polka dot one. I'm pouring their food everywhere. And they do have quite a lot of food at the moment because I don't want them fighting over it, basically. I want there to be enough for everyone. So they have this jingle ball, which they don't particularly play with, but I quite like hearing it jingle around when they run up and down. They've got this cardboard tunnel, which has seen better days, to be honest. It's a bit grubby and they're not easy to clean. So I should probably get them a new one, but they do enjoy nibbling on that. They've got their IKEA bed back with, this is a super absorbent, oh sorry Jafar, a super absorbent bath mat it was sold as on eBay I think, but it is quite small, so you would have to be quite small to use it as a bath mat. I don't know who's under there. Treacle, oopsie, oh sorry Treacle, I think she was having a nap and I made her jump. And then they've got this mirror, which I've just put on the end of there with a hairband. They've got this monkey, which someone, I think Benji, chewed the eye off. And Lily does sit up there. So she's got lots of cushions as well. These came with one of the paws up fleecy items that I bought. I don't think I've got any fleecy items in their cage at the moment, actually. I've been a bit lazy and just put in the plastic ones. And then they have this cupcake chew, which was from I'll have to put that on screen because I've forgotten. My brain isn't working. 2 more plastic pets at home. Pigloos. Another food bowl here. This is a corner one. Who does it say on the bottom who it's by? It's a Mason Cash one. I think I got that one in the range. They have this Pets at Home chew here, which again could probably do with a clean, and it's been chewed quite a bit. They tend to drag it over in here and then get it all covered in poo. But there we go. And some veggie bowls over there that have also had food in, so they're a bit mucky. So this is Pet Face, apparently. And these are some B&M cat bowls. There's 2 of those. There's a Lilly. And this is a plastic tunnel. I think it's, who's that one by? I've got a feeling it's by Rotor Stack, maybe. And then they have this one from Rosewood Board and Breaker sort of range. And this hay tunnel, which is by the same people as who made the cupcake, who I can't think of right now. And then over in this corner they've got a Living World and a Super Pet water bottle again. So under here we have Holly and Poppy. Hi Holly, you having a nap? Hi Poppy. Hi. Hi, is that your face or your butt? So we've got Lilly here. Hi Lilly. Hi. And I don't know where Treacle has gone. Oh, there she is. Hi. It's sort of nap time at the moment, so I might try and get some clips of them when they're enjoying their veggies. Hello.